Mark, we're starting with number 6, the letter. Thank you, thank you. I will speak slowly. Can you hear me okay? You can hear me okay? Hello? Okay, because Mark's going in and out when he moves his head. Okay, the first thing I want to do is thank Nancy and Mark for having me here today and serving the public. And we have up now is a letter from December 7th, 1942, exactly 1 year after Pearl Harbor. And somebody on Facebook sent it to me a few years ago, so I retyped it, and because it was in the original typewriter, it was very grimy. I still have it, and I put it in my World War II book that I wrote and illustrated. So it's Office of Alien Property Custodian, Washington, December 7, 1942. My dear Mr. President, so this is to FDR. You have directed the Office of Alien Property Custodian to seize all patents controlled by the enemy, regardless of nominal ownership and to make these patents available to American industry, first for war purposes of the United Nations, and a second for general use in the national interest. Today, I can report satisfactory progress in this program. We have vested the bulk of the enemy patents and pending patent applications. We are now engaged in identifying and vesting the patents owned by nationals of enemy-occupied countries and the scattering enemy patents, which require more detailed study. By December 31 of this year, every patent and patent application standing in the name of a national of an enemy-occupied country will have been vested, except for a few cases of disputed ownership requiring further investigation. We shall then control over 50,000 patents representing some of the finest research achievements of modern science, particularly in the production of dye stuffs, which is food dye, plastics, pharmaceuticals, and electrical goods. I'm going to scroll here. It's almost... From the beginning, we have immediately seized every enemy patent recognized as of importance to the war and licensed it to American business. We will continue to do this. In addition, we are now ready to announce a general patent program in conformity with the policy you outlined to me to make these patents readily and freely available forever to American industry and to encourage the research necessary to develop these patents. We are dedicating these patents to the service of American labor, American industry, and the consuming public. There are many opportunities here for the small businessman to obtain the use of processes which will help him convert his plant to war production and to establish a sound business in the post-war world. The permanent value of this program will depend to a large extent on the willingness and ability of American industry to put these patents to work and the diligence with which American brains and skill are used to improve and develop these inventions so that they will become vital forces in the new world. Sincerely yours, Leo T. Crowley, Alien Property Custodian to Honorable Franklin D. Roosevelt, the White House, Washington, D.C. The sections of this letter not reproduced above are covered in greater detail in the text of, quote, patents at work, unquote. So that's the letter. Well, what happened was I researched 1953 Switzerland, and it had patent after patent after patent, approved. So it wasn't just the U.S. that was patenting. Right, for sure. No, somebody on Facebook just sent me the original letter with the whole typewritten thing that I don't know how they found it in the archives, but I have it on my desktop and I could put it in the Zoom chat if I had to, or I could just email it to you. It's all grimy and spilled coffee spills and ink blotches and typewriter ribbon blotches, but it's legible. Well, my parents were in concentration camps in Poland and Germany during World War II, and I lost a lot of relatives in the genocide over there, and I wrote a book about it with whatever I could figure out of family trees. And I guess somebody on Facebook friended me and sent me this information. And also important was the connection I made about the laser telescopes, was also from a Facebook connection who kept seeing my chemtrail videos with some kind of a rock show, concert, laser show coming from the sky, and I didn't know what it was. So that could be the next slide if you want, would be 1A. If you, yeah. Okay, how's this? Better? Maybe I have the thing on too high. It has 3 volume settings. Maybe this, no, I don't think so. Okay, yeah, I could talk closer. Right. Okay, that is called a laser telescope. And according to whistleblower Eric Hecker, Hecker, I was fortunate to find his videos, sketches, and photographs. This is also doubles as an earthquake machine. What happens is these industrial dragonfire lasers shoot to the Van Allen belt, the magnetic belt up that is impenetrable, that nothing can go through, and they angle it down to hit a spot and create either an earthquake or a mudslide or blow up a propane tank warehouse like in Phoenix. What he addressed to was when he was working at the Antarctica plant. This photograph is from the one in Chile, and you'll see the map next. There are 35 locations of these around the world. So they're trying to blind us and create solar flares, and also it started with sky art. So I have a lot of videos until they did this climate change solar dimming thing to block people who could see the laser telescopes shooting down into their car windshields. It's like, what is that? You know, you hold your hand up to your eyes and stuff. Well, Christchurch, New Zealand, he had privy to that laser telescope in Antarctica, successfully creating an earthquake in 2010 in Christchurch, New Zealand, after a test that was not accurate. So they have these campuses that you see here with the other buildings there on the sides. Those are also laser telescopes, and they twirl all year round. If you go on Chile, Chile, the country, the southernmost point is the Atacama Desert, and I think I got this from that website. There's 4 or 5 of these going all over the place. So the one in Devon, England, I believe it was a little planetarium, and they changed it to a laser telescope. In their video, they say, well, if it hits the sun or the moon or a star and you happen to be looking up and it glares you in the eye, that's just too bad. The one in New Mexico, a big campus like this on the Air Force Base, in their website, they say that the laser beams are to beam down enemy satellites. And the one in Tenerife in the Canary Islands says it's to photograph the night sky, and the one in the Atacama Desert says it's to measure the distance to satellites. So what is it? So these are the solar flares. So we have to unplug that New Mexico laser telescope earthquake machine. We have to unplug it immediately, and the one on the west coast and the one on the east coast. So why don't we go to the 1B, which is the map, so you could see where they are. This map, I can't find it. That easily anymore. It was from the Geodesy Europa, Geodesy, Geodesy Europa, and then it also had a UK Dragonfire industrial laser. And I went on their website and I downloaded this, and it's all of the locations where they have laser telescope earthquake machines. Some are bigger than others, some are entire acres of this. These things are like, must be like 50 stories high. So these, they look like that in the photographs and the videos. The people working on them are teeny tiny. I'm not good. I was in real estate safety inspections. I was better with square footage on tile measuring for a floor than I am about stories. So forgive me. And smart meter cracks in the stucco around the smart meters. Okay, so there's one in Fairbanks, Alaska. There's 35. Okay, we have the one at the Atacama Desert. They name it different things depending upon what base it is. So the one in New Mexico is at the Tijeras Kirkland Air Force Base. And I have the document that somebody did on a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, and a very reputable person. And it said that the plan, the contract from the Air Force to General Dynamics 2013 to 2027, and I have that document. The last page I memorized because I couldn't find the printout, but I'll keep trying. And it's a basic $49 million to radiate whole animals and humans, so in case of war they already know how to kill the enemy. So these are the locations. Sure. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, why don't I talk closer to the thing? Why don't I, is this better? Is this better? I'm talking right into the receiver. Sure. Well, maybe just Nancy and I can do it and then you can approve it? But you can't hear me. Yeah, and his cell phone or whatever, mic was cutting in and out a little in the beginning, so I don't know whether he has to put an ear thing in, or it's kind of very dire. Well, why don't we just go through real quick the rest of the cartoons in case it comes out good? Oh. Well, I called Mark's phone last time and it was loud and clear.